In this video, I'd like to show you how I make my favorite lasagna. It's vegan, vegetarian, and paleo. I made this tomato sauce by taking heirloom tomatoes from my garden, cutting them up, blending them in my blender, and then cooking them down until it thickened. Next, I used daikon radish lasagna noodles, which I cut up a daikon radish in a mandolin cutter to make it look like a noodle size, and I steam these and then I add it to the lasagna. I use daikon radish because it's low glycemic and I can't eat a lot of starch without raising my blood sugar higher than I want it. So I use vegetables instead of starch noodles. Here I'm adding kale, which I took a couple of heads of kale and steamed them. And I added half of it to this layer. And here I'm adding mushrooms. Any kind of mushroom will do. I sauteed these mushrooms in coconut oil. Next I'm adding cashew cheese, which I'll show you how to make the cashew cheese at the end of this video. My body needs a small amount of starch to help my intestinal flora to stay healthy. So I eat a small amount of quinoa, sweet potato, or winter squash to meet that need. I buy organically grown food, and that's the majority of what I use, or I grow it myself, because my body's already having a hard time regulating my blood sugar and hormones, and adding more toxins to my load would not be a good idea. So pesticides, herbicides, and genetically modified organisms would be adding more toxins, and I choose to not do that. These are green ripe olives that aren't seasoned. Sometimes I have added steamed zucchini or baked slices of eggplant. You can add whatever type of vegetables that you enjoy to this mixture. These are artichoke hearts from artichokes that I grew here on my property. I like to encourage people to eat more vegetables. No matter what regime or diet you're on, whether it be vegan, vegetarian, paleo, or not any of these, eating more vegetables will help your health. It's important to get many colors of vegetables. So red, green, orange, white, all these different colors have different nutrients and phytonutrients to help your health. Now I bake this at 350 degrees for about an hour till it gets lightly browned on top. I can try this lasagna. That tastes good. Yum. I'd like to show you how I make my version of cashew cheese. I have 2 yellow onions that I chopped up, and I'm going to brown those in coconut oil. I have 4 cups of cashews. I'm going to chop these up to a fine powder in my blender. I have, let's see, this is about a cup and 2/3 of parsley that's been chopped fine. I have, this is 4 heads of garlic that's been roasted and taken out of the peels. I have coconut aminos that I'm going to use instead of soy sauce, so that'll be 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a dash of cayenne pepper. Now I put the roasted garlic in with 1/4 of the cashews, and I mash it together. At this point, I add the other things like 1/2 teaspoon salt, dash of cayenne pepper, a few dashes, parsley, and the onions. And I mix this thoroughly. Now I'm adding the rest of the cashew powder and mixing it with everything else. At this stage I can add a little water if I want it to be more like sour cream or more like peanut butter. Right now it's pretty thick, and I think I'm going to leave it like this because when I put it in the lasagna it'll soak up some of the liquids from the lasagna and make it a little more firm. This is what the cashew cheese looks like when it's ready to use. Let us know what you think in the comments and subscribe if you like our videos. Thank you very much for watching.